Well, I'm working over here boiling some water and put in the fettuccine for our Italian meal, the Carbonara.
Okay, so Rick, this is an Arlen's recipe that you want to do, and I know they wanted us to do this. Is this Mr. Arlen's recipe? Or
well, it's Karen, Ames's wife. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
This is her special dish that she really enjoys, but it's one of the best sellers at Arlen's.
Right.
And she wanted to share this with us. Yes, of course, we could make our own tomato sauce, as you and I have done before. And this is going to be a little bit quicker, but we're going to be using Rao's, which is a famous Italian name in the restaurant industry in the Northeast, especially in New York. I believe at Harlem. In Boston, I think was
the original restaurant.
So we're going to use their Carbonara mix here. And we've got some spaghetti. And today we're going to be making a Carbonara with a prosciutto.
Oh, sweet.
So we're going to have a little bit of Parmesan, butter, cream. It's going to be a little bit of a heavy meal, but it's a meal that can be made quickly.
Yeah.
So you've been working all day, you can have it cooked in 10 minutes like what we like to do usually when we come home.
Absolutely.
So I've got the water behind us boiling.
Right.
And I know if you drop a little bit of salt in there, a little of that kosher salt, I know you like to use it, take a little pinch and drop it in. We do not put olive oil in there while we're cooking it because you know, we want to cook it the right Italian way, just with salt and water. And this should cook in about 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes, depending on your heat. You can see we're using, of course, a gas range, and it depends on the thickness of the pot that you're cooking in. But we like to have our pasta al dente, you know, with a little bit of hardness to it. So we're doing that, but why don't we chop up a little of the pancetta, the prosciutto there, and get that prepared, because next we're going to put that into a frying pan with garlic, butter, and onion, and we're going to saute those things.
Sweet. Well, how do you want this?
Let's cut it in chunks. That'll probably be a little bit easier for you.
Just like in,
you know, we picked that up at the deli. You know, the ladies were so helpful at Arlen's. Yeah. And along with the Italian bread that we'll be serving as well. So you can see the meal is going to be again using eggs, fresh heavy cream, onions, garlic, butter, and Parmesan cheese that we've grated. We bought some aged Parmesan, and now we have enough to make our meal. So the Parmesan cheese is aged Parmesan we've grated for you, and you can see here the combination of flavor, Parmesan and here. But why don't you try a little taste of the Parmesan, aged Parmesan, with the prosciutto? I think is a good blend and melds well together.
It's wonderful.
We drain the pasta, then you add your contents of olive oil or whatever. But we like the taste of the starches. It really adds to the meal. Okay, as you can see here, I'm putting the butter to the saucepan for our little Italian veal dish, and I'm now going to saute a little bit of onions.
Yes.
To it.
And when you're sauteing onions, you know, always allow them to, you know, get a little translucent before you add anything else.
Yeah, that's one of the keys. Let the
onions get a little translucent.
As you can see here, we've turned this down a little bit to make sure it cooks slowly and get all the translucent look to it. And
always put the garlic in last because garlic burns so easily. So you do the onions first, let them get nice and translucent. You smell an aroma, and then throw the garlic in. Once you see that translucence right there with the onion, the garlic burns very easily. So you just
you throw the pancetta into the pan so it gets nice and golden. Has nice flavor to it. Right. Go ahead and put that on so it gets a little nice golden look to it.
There we go.
And our spaghetti should just be about completed. Now, Bo, since you're the man with the hands, we're going to go ahead and separate the eggs.
Yeah.
And use the yolks for this meal, for the sauce.
Right. The way I usually do it is I separate the egg, just crack it gently.
Oh, I see.
Let the
so the yolk will fall into the bottom half.
Right. And you just go back and forth until the egg white falls away from the yolk. And There, you dump it.
Great.
There you go.
Well, let's take the eggs, put it in here. Very good. And I've got some fresh cream. We use heavy cream. So we'll thicken it up.
Right.
And there's the heavy cream. And now we want to whisk this together. Good job, did you do that? Very good. Throw in the Parmesan. This was a fresh aged Parmesan that we got at the deli. And we've grated it up. And we're going to just go ahead and put the rest of it right in there.
Yeah.
So let that stand. Our pasta is done, al dente. We're keeping it in the pot, it's been drained. And we're going to add this prosciutto first. Our nice sauce here. This is the key to the meal. This goes in first. Okay, as you can see here, I'm now adding this delicious prosciutto garlic. God, the smells are just incredible. It reminds me of walking the streets in the wintertime in New York City or in Rome or in London or Italy. These beautiful, delicious smells of fine food. We'll go ahead and mix it into the spaghetti after we've drained it. And then this also will make the spaghetti a little salty, so you don't need salt and pepper. So the next thing I'm going to add to it is we're going to pour into a bowl, and this hot spaghetti will cook our sauce. I'm going to toss it a couple times, and it'll be ready to serve and eat. So now, I've cooked the spaghetti, we got the pancetta. What I like to do is add a little bit of fresh virgin olive oil. I always like to make sure it's virgin olive oil and get the highest quality. Then we're going to pour this. This is going to go into the pot. These delicious smells is just incredible with the pasta. And then I'm going to take the final, and also one thing of safety, always make sure when you're grabbing a handle of a pot that it's not hot, and you've got a pot holder in your hand or a rag to make sure you don't burn yourself. Okay, now I'm going to whisk this again, bow that created this delicious sauce into the pasta bow. I've got your sauce here going into the pasta, and if we have a little salt, a little pepper, black peppers, a little bit of salt and pepper, we'll finish off this dish. And the egg was, as you saw, was raw, but it'll cook into the pasta.
Yeah.
And this makes a very nice, delicious dish. This is very typical what they eat in Tuscany up in the north. It makes a great winter dish. You can see it's a little bit heavier using the cream. So pretty much if we got a little pepper, we can sprinkle on the top here. Just come here and smell this. It's delicious and smelling. And so we'll just garnish it off with a little bit of pepper.
That's all you need.
And
it's a done deal.
We're about ready to go.
Yeah.
Bon appetito. Thanks, Arlen's and Reyes.
Put the rest in there. You can put as much as you want.
Well, let's all get a little bowl and try this. This is going to be pretty good. Well, the chefs, let's try our own food here, Bo. You can see how nice this looks. We add a little Italian parsley, of course, next to the meal, but
do that again. See how nice this looks.
we add a little bit of Italian parsley to green it up, make it, you know, the eye is pleasing, you know, and the stomach will be pleased, and as we take a bite into this. Rock and roll, right? Bon appetito. Whoa. Good stuff. When in Rome, do what the Romans do, right? Eat well. Wow.